Hey guys, this is MG, and I'm posting a video right now, and basically what's going on in the background is just some footage of me playing Arsenal. And in this video I'm going to be giving some Arsenal mobile tips, also some Arsenal tips. Also, while I've played Arsenal, I've randomly recorded some rounds, and so I'm going to be just throwing those in there, some rounds that I've recorded. And I've been wanting to make like a video on just Arsenal gameplay, and I wanted to make a video on like tips and tricks in Arsenal. So you know what? I was just like, why not? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead and get in the video. I don't really want to roll the intro. So the first thing that I can say for Arsenal tips and tricks is first. Alright guys, hope you liked the video. If you did, alright, I'm joking. So the first tip is knowing your guns. If you know what guns do what, you'll be a god at the game. Now you also need good aim for that to happen, but just hear me out on this. If you know what guns do what, you'll be a complete god at this game. So, for example, in this, here I have the Hush Puppy. Now, I'm not going to take the time to look at the top right of my screen and be like, oh, look, that's the Hush Puppy. I'm just going to be able to hold it in my hand and know exactly what the gun is. Now, I don't necessarily need to know what it's called. I don't even know what half of these, or like more than half of these guns are even called. But I know how they work. I know how much damage they do. I know how they shoot. And the only way I know that is because I play a lot and I recognize the gun by how it looks. So that is the first tip. It's not just for mobile, but it is also for PC players and anybody. The next tip is having good settings. So for mobile, now mobile has different settings than PC, so PC players, you can skip this part of the video. But for mobile players, the settings that you're going to want to do is you're going to first want to change your mobile layout. As you can see on my screen right here, I haven't moved my shoot, jump, or switch buttons at all. And the only ones that I have moved are the sniper and the reload. As you can see, the reload is up there on top of my chat button, because if I turn on auto reload, I won't need to use that. And where my reload button was is where my crosshair, well, not crosshair, but my scope button. And I'm not holding a weapon that has a scope, but see right there in this bow, my scope is right there above my jump and my switch. So as you can see, that's where I have my stuff. And the reason I do is because if I have a weapon that has a scope, I'm going to want to see it. And if I have my reload and my scope button next to each other, it is going to be hard to use the scope because I'm going to be trying to swipe my screen and stuff. So I would recommend switching those around like that. Alright, so the next tip that I have is going to be FOV. It's going to be FOV because in the new update, they added FOV changing. So as you can see in this new clip, and yes, I rejoined a different game and I changed my FOV, but it's still the same map. That's kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, as you can see in this clip, I'm on max FOV. Now, you guys probably aren't used to max FOV, and you're like, bro, this is crazy. But I'm here to tell you that max FOV is the way to go, okay? If you are playing Arsenal on an iPad like me, do max FOV. But if you're playing on a phone or something, maybe change it to 90. 90 is the standard, I think. Even though 70 is the standard, but put it at 90 because that's just normal, okay? But if you want to be insane, if you want to feel like a god, put it on 120. You're going to feel fast, even though you're not, so make sure to use your knife. But still, I just lost my train of thought. So, but still, here is some tips on how to get yourself used to higher FOV. So, whatever FOV you play on, forget about that and think of the FOV you want to play on. If you, let's say you've tried to play on the higher ones like 110 or above 100 and you're like, no, this is too weird. But there's a trick. So if you go to your FOV changer, set your FOV to 70 and play around. And then set your FOV to 75, play around. Then 80, play around. 85, play around. Then 90, play around. And if you want to stop at 90, that's okay. But if you want to go higher, if you want to go to the max, set it to 95. That is when you're going to start seeing a little bit of screen warp. But you'll get used to it. And then play around. And then you want to set it to 100, play around. Then 105, play around. Then 110, play around. And then 115, play around. And then 120, play around. And then you should be getting more used to higher FOVs just like that. So, that is all my tips, I'm pretty sure. Okay, there's another one. So, while you are doing that FOV changer, like going through and turning it up 5 each round, you can also, since you're on 70 FOV maximum zoomed in, practice your headshots. You always want to go for headshots. More than likely, the weapon you have one-shots them in the head, or two-shots them in the head. Okay, it does way more damage in the head, and you always want to go for headshots. It'll get you kills way faster, and it might prevent you from dying. Let's say they're going for the body, but you're going for the head. You have the same weapon. Bam, you win because you shot them in the head. But that just comes with practice. A lot of these comes with practice, but you want to practice the right way. But guys, those are all the tips that I have. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the dislike and maybe even consider unsubscribing. #road to -1. But I'll see you next time. Peace out.